Having problems in life with unhealed trauma will have an effect towards the person that you are, and also unhealed trauma may also affect your life. In this case, having unhealed trauma can impact your thoughts and even your emotions as well as your relationships while interacting or not interacting with others out there. While you're starting to recognize that you're starting to see whenever you're dealing with the signs of the unresolved trauma that's in you, while at the same time it is a crucial step for you towards healing yourself and creating personal growth as well. Here are 6 signs you have unhealthy unhealed trauma. Now let's begin. Number 1. Always remembering those bad thoughts over and over in your life. The first indicator of having unhealed trauma is the pattern that you always remember those bad thoughts. It feels like going through a nightmare in repeat of those scary memories that is in the mind. On the other hand, if you're starting to have mental flashbacks, or perhaps you have nightmares in your vision while you are sleeping, or awake, or it can be any intrusive thoughts that evoke the capacity towards your strength or even your emotional reactions in anything that you are doing, will definitely indicate unresolved issues that require attention and healing. Number 2. Trying to avoid any issues that always triggers you every time. If by chance you always looking for any solutions in order to find different ways to better avoid people or conversations with others, or you trying to not get to know them, or it can be any places that always makes you feel a lot more uncomfortable, or it can be different situations that constantly remind you of having the traumatic event in the past, or now, while you are getting scary flashbacks, then this is definitely a sign that the trauma that you are having is still deeply embedded in you. In other words, another way to put it is, others that have unhealed trauma will simply avoid other issues that will make them feel so uncomfortable. This also means this is a common coping mechanism to others that have trauma. However, it can also hinder others' ability to fully engage in their life. Number 3. You starting to feel like detaching from everything, or either you are getting hypersensitivity. People who does usually have unresolved trauma will start to feel like having extreme emotions towards a given situation, while other individuals may experience emotional numbness. This means that they will feel like getting detached from other things in life, or they will feel like they are unable to connect with their feelings towards other situations. On the other hand, others may be hypersensitive. This also means others will also react very strongly towards very simple things such as very small triggers. In some cases, some individuals can have both emotional numbness and hypersensitivity, or it can be one or another. Alternatively, both extremes will suggest underlying and even unprocessed pain as well. Number 4. It feels like you're losing trust in others simply because they're not trustworthy. In every honesty with you, having unhealed trauma can cause you to feel like you do not trust anyone anymore, which will cause you to feel like it is very challenging in order for you to form or maintain having a healthy relationships with anyone that you meet for the first time. On the other hand, if you ever starting to feel like you are finding it very difficult to trust others, or perhaps you're starting to fear having abandonment from other individuals that's around you, or you are starting to struggle with any forms of intimacy, if it is yes, then you may indicate lingering effects of unresolved trauma. Number 5. Constantly worried while having fear about something or always protecting yourself from any danger that comes your way. Other individuals that actually have unhealed trauma issues in life does usually go through having to leave and being in a very different state. Once it comes to always being extremely alerted about different issues, or they will be very protective about anything in their surrounding, as well as they may also get worried about other things that is happening with any issues of having fear in their life. And also, overreaction to shock is a common indicator that the nervous system is still processing trauma from the past. Number 6. Engaging in different patterns of self-destructive behaviors. Having to get addicted to becoming self-destructive issues towards a different form of behaviors, such as taking different substance in the body, or it can be another pattern of having any reckless actions, or it can be self-harm in order for you to feel great about yourself in an unhealthy way, which will also lead to having different forms of coping mechanism in the behavior for unhealed trauma. Not only that these unhealthy behaviors patterns may offer temporary relief with the issues that you are having, but ultimately create a very strong unhealthy cycle of pain that is not okay for you. Taking extra time in order to acknowledging what you are going through, as well as you are addressing the issues that you are having with unhealed trauma, will be one of the first steps in order for you to move forward in life. At the same time, be sure to reclaim any control over any of your issues in your life. On the other hand, if by any chance you starting to recognize these signs within yourself as usual, then it is best for you to look forward towards seeking professional support as much as possible. For example, therapeutic interventions, meaning looking into professionals like trauma-focused therapy, which will definitely provide tools and even strategies in other for you to navigate you through the healing process. In this case, getting yourself healing up from having the horrible unhealthy trauma is a journey. For others, truthfully, for you on the other hand, by getting the right support, you can alternatively, or gradually move towards a better life free from the shadows of unhealed trauma.